What's up, you sexy motherfuckers? Today I'm going to talk about Twitter, Brexit, and Trump all in one. Let's fucking do this. A friend of mine, Graham Hughes, once described Brexit as like our big lie. The big lie being the idea that Joe Biden stole the election from Donald Trump by way of what, like rigged votes and voter fraud and electoral ballot counting machines. Anyway, the whole thing is obviously demonstrably bollocks, but huge swathes of the Republican Party can't bring themselves to acknowledge that or accept it for fear of alienating the Trump vote. Brexit exists in a very similar context. We know it was sold to us under false pretenses. We know it's been hugely damaging to the country, to the economy, but you would be hard-pressed to find anyone in Westminster with any power or influence who would hold their hands up and go, yeah, maybe we should take another look at this, lads, for fear of upsetting the idiots, in exactly the same way as the Republicans don't want to upset the Trumpsters. And why don't they want to do that? Because when you upset a Remainer or a Democrat or a moderate Republican, what do? They hold up their hand and go, well, I don't know about this. Not entirely comfortable with this. I might write a letter into the Telegraph. Whereas what happens when you upset a moron? They put on a high-vis jacket and surround you outside the Palace of Westminster. They might stab you in your MP surgery. They might invade the Capitol. But the populist lunacy of Brexit and Trump, they have parallels that have been established many, many times before. Today, I want to talk about Twitter. Because when Trump was first running for president, everyone was like, don't fucking vote for him. Don't. This guy, he's bad news. And everyone on the American Christian right was like, you libs are fucking hysterical, you know, and then flash forward a couple of years, he's putting immigrant kids in cages, cozying up to Putin before actually trying to run his own coup. And of course, we know how people warned about Brexit, but that was dismissed as Project Fear and experts, and now we know how all of that has turned out. And interestingly, it's the same thing with Twitter, isn't it? People warned Musk not to buy it. They said it was overpriced. They said it should be a public utility. It would be very difficult to run it fairly and generate profit. How many articles did you see where it was like, look, if you uncancel the racists, if you allow anyone to get verified, this is going to become more of a hell site than it already is. But it was the same thing. Trump, Brexit, Twitter. Oh, you libs, you're hysterical. Oh, it's Project Fear. Nothing bad will happen. Twitter have a colossal database that they charge research bodies and companies access to. He was warned that if you jack the price of that, people will just illegally scrape the site. And that is exactly what's happened. And now the output of that is that you and I, we are restricted. We can now only view up to 600 tweets every day. Like, I don't know about you guys, but I'm getting really tired of this personality type, this Brexity, Musky, Trumpy bellend who cannot accept that somebody else might know better. They break shit and we all have to pick up the pieces of it.